hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'5 quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
Here we go. Stage situation, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. To throw, it's Wentz.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Howard, the tight end. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. 2nd down and inches. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wentz. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart.
Keep doing it. Check nickel. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, alert 3.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 4. And this is caught by Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. to throw now on first down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bullock. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. He'll look to throw. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, first down. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10.
Check 99, check 99.
They'll drop the throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. He'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There's a throw to the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. He's got Burton here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz, that's complete, right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
They should have done it. They should have done it, baby.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Watch number 29, 29.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And quickly they get to the line. On play action, they'll throw. And he fires one incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. 2nd and 14. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. They'll set up to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They try again with Cohen. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Again, it's Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now just
rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, and that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check out read. Motion.
They'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll look to throw here, and that will be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Wentz now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Cunningham. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1 score. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here.